marveled because of their unbelief, and he went round about the villages teaching.
See that? So that's just a reiteration of the same story in St. Matthew 13. Go from there to St. John 7. Go to St. John 7, start at 1.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 7, verse 1. Book of St. John, chapter 7, verse 1. After these things, Yahushua walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in Jewry, because the Jews sought to kill him.
Yeah, see that? And that familiarity bred contempt, because what? Now Yahushua was starting to be known. He was starting to get known. So they sought to kill him. Right? Hold that. Go to St. John 11. Uh, 11:47.
It's the book of St. John, chapter 11, verse 47.
Now they want to kill Yahushua because his familiarity is starting to breed contempt with the Jews and the leadership. And he was becoming a threat to the status quo. Right? Go ahead.
Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles.
They said, what we going to do? This man doeth many miracles. Go ahead.
If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him.
Right.
And
if we let him thus alone, all men, meaning many men, a large multitude, many people are going to start to believe on him.
Right.
Right. The more familiar and known he was getting, it was breeding contempt. Okay? Right. Go ahead.
And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
Right. If we allow the people to get too familiar with this dude, we're going to lose our position. So they started to hate Yahushua because he was starting to become familiar with the people, starting to become familiar with him and his works. Okay?
God.
Right. That's it on that. Go back to St. John 7 and 2.
St. John chapter 7, verse 2. Now the Jews' feast of tabernacles was at hand. His brethren therefore said unto him, depart hence and go into Judea, that thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest.
Good.
For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly. If thou do these things, show thyself to the world.
Yeah, see that? It said his brethren. So, that could be like his physical brethren, or even, just the people amongst him that know him, his people. But they like, go. If you see, they was more coming with a vain idea of go out there and get the fame and popularity that you claim you came for. If you're supposed to be this son of God, because what? They was doubting him. Man, we know you claiming you this son of God. We know you, man. All right, go out there and show yourself openly, man. If you're supposed to be this man you claim to be. Right, go ahead.
For neither did his brethren believe in him.
They didn't believe in him because they thought they knew him. You ain't no son of God to do no. Who are you? They didn't believe him. Because what? They thought they knew him. That familiarity bred contempt. Right, go ahead.
Then Yahushua said unto them, my time is not yet come, but your time is always ready.
He said, look, man, I'm on the Most High's time. Your time is always ready in this kingdom, but I'm on a different time. I'm on the Most High's time. Right? Come on.
The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it that the works thereof are evil.
Right. Yahushua said the world can't hate you, but it hates me because I testify of it that it's evil. A lot of times, even when we out there, the people hate the spirit of Yahushua that's in us. That's what they hate. These Israelites, they get on my nerves. Familiarity breeds contempt with the people. Them guys that stand on the corner just yelling. Yeah, they've been out there. I've been seeing them for years. Get on my nerves. I can't stand them guys. Oh my, they're teaching all that hatred. They dress up like food. They look like Power Rangers. People are familiar with Israel, and that breeds contempt amongst them. They get tired of seeing us. Right? Or they take us for granted. Oh, them guys always out there talking about the end of the world. They've been saying that for 30 years. I've been seeing them guys for 30 years. I know about them. Right, good.
Go ye up unto this feast. I go not up yet unto this feast, for my time is not yet full come.
Good.
When he had said these words unto them, he abode still in Galilee. But when his brethren were gone up, then went he also up unto the feast, not openly, but as it were in secret. Then the Jews sought him at the feast and said, where is he? And there was much murmuring among the people concerning him. For some said, he is a good man. Others said, nay, but he deceiveth the people.
Right, like Paul spoke about in Corinthians, of good report and of evil report. Good.
Howbeit no man spake openly of him for fear of the Jews.
Good.
Now about the midst of the feast, Yahushua went up into the temple and taught. And the Jews marveled, saying, how knoweth this man letters, having never learned?
Right, how knoweth this man letters or learning or wisdom, having never learned? Meaning, he didn't go to one of the fancy school of the prophets. He didn't sit under the feet of anybody and was really taught by them except for, Joseph and Mary. So who is this man from Nazareth, no man's land? How he know letters, meaning learning or wisdom, having never learned? We don't know. Where's his credentials? Like people say to us, do you have a degree in biblical studies? What theology school did you go to? Did you get your doctorate of divinity? No, I got my divine knowledge from the Most High Power Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahushai.
God.
I didn't either go to none of your theologian schools or your Bible colleges. I didn't need that. I got the spirit, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from the Most High Power of Israel. Read on.
Yahushua answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me.
So he cut him. He said, look, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. I didn't get this from no man. I got taught by the Spirit of the Most High. So again, how does this man know anything? Is not this the carpenter's son? Don't we know him from Nazareth? Don't we know him from no man's land, from the ghetto, the hood? How the hell he got all this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding?
Right.
Because that familiarity bred contempt. Go from there to Luke 4:16. Go to Luke chapter 4 and verse 16.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 16.
Are they going to put it up? Luke chapter 4, verse 16.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 16. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up for to read.
Go ahead.
And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He have sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised.
Go ahead.
To preach the acceptable year of the Most High.
Go ahead.
And he closed the book, and he gave it again to the minister and sat down. and the eyes of all them that were in the synagogue were fastened on him. And he began to say unto them, this day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears.
Right, he said, listen, this day, this scripture is fulfilled, because Isaiah was talking about me. He said, this prophecy that Isaiah is speaking right here was talking about me. Go ahead.
And all bear him witness, and wondered at the gracious words which proceeded out of his mouth. And they said, is not this Joseph's son?
There they go again. We know this guy. Is not this Joseph's son? Isn't that Joseph's son? And where is he? He's back in his homeland, Nazareth. He said, isn't that Joseph's son? Right, go ahead.
And he said unto them, ye will surely say unto me this proverb, physician, heal thyself. Whatsoever we have heard done in Capernaum, do also here in thy country.
Good.
And he said, verily, I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country.
Is what?
But no prophet is accepted in his own country.
Right, it says, see, the great works I did in Capernaum do here also. But what? No prophet is accepted in his own country. Meaning what? The people that think they know you. Because familiarity breeds contempt. They don't respect you, or they take you for granted because they think they know you. Right? Come on.
But I tell you of a truth, many widows were in Israel in the days of Elias, when the heaven was shut up 3 years and 6 months, when great famine was throughout all the land. But unto none of them was Elias sent, save unto Sarepta, a city of Sidon, unto a woman that was a widow.
Good.
And many lepers were in Israel in the time of Eliseus, the prophet, and none of them were cleansed, saving Naaman the Syrian.
Good.
And all they in the synagogue, when they heard these things, were filled with wrath.
Right. So he was letting them know, listen, a lot of times amongst your own people, they don't have faith. They don't believe you. They doubt. You can go amongst other non-believers or strangers or even heathen sometimes, and they will have more faith and belief than your own people, or those that are close to you, or those that think they're familiar with you. That was the lesson that Yahushua was giving them. Good.
And rose up and thrust him out of the city, and led him unto the brow of the hill, the brow of the hill, whereon their city was built, that they might cast him down headlong.
Right. So Yahushua, he cut him so bad they was going to kill him. They was going to throw Yahushua off a cliff. This is the Son of the Most High. Even though they eventually crucified him, but here in his home city, this is amongst his own one to kill him, because he tried to come and give them the gospel. They didn't believe him, and he cut him and said, damn it, when you go to a stranger Israelite or even another nation, a lot of times they'll have more faith than your own people, than your people that's supposed to be closest to you, the people you trying to reach. They said, what you say, Negro? We'll throw you off this cliff. That's your people. That's our people, man.
Elder, that's why you can't go back. That's why you can't go back to the hood after you make it.
That's why you can't go back to the hood after. Excellent. Perfect example. You can't go. Judge Mathis said that. Judge Mathis said he tried to go back to the hood and show love. He went back and tried to hang on the block. And he said they pistol whipped him, robbed him, and said, F you, nigger. You ain't from here no more. Get out of here. Don't come back. And Judge Mathis said he could have retaliated, but he was like, I'm not going to throw my career away. He said he just learned a lesson. He said when he did go back, he had security, and he did eventually go back to Detroit. He opened up centers and all kinds of stuff. He said he got that he do back in the city. But he said, when I go back there, I'll proceed with caution. But he said when he first kind of made it and went back around the way, They pistol whipped him, robbed him, and told him, nigga, you not from here no more. Get out of here.
Right.
See that? Because that familiarity bred contempt. Who the hell you think you are to make it out of here and I'm still stuck here and you got the nerve to come back and flaunt your riches? Instead of saying, yo, Judge, you man, they're supposed to celebrate, have a ticker tape parade and everything. Yo, one of our own men, he came back to show love. Yo, Judge, how can you put us on? Matter of fact, we ain't looking for a handout. What can we set up in the hood where we can make money in business and earn our money? You ain't got to give us a handout.
Right.
But what Judge Mathis said, they beat him, robbed him, pistol whipped him, and told him. And he like, I come from that. I could have retired because these are guys I knew. I could have came back at him, but he was like, I'm not going to catch 2-3 bodies and then my whole career is done. So he said he just let it slide. But he said he actually came back to show love, and they surrounded him, pistol whipped him, and robbed him. That's crazy.
Gone.
A lot of these rappers, what happened? They got killed going back to their own hood. Yep. Young Dolph, Dolph in Memphis.
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle, and even though he's allegedly a Hamite, but Nipsey Hussle, he went on the block he grew up on and did business on. What's the other one? Gilly's son. Young Cheese.
Right.
Or something like that. Young Cheese was around, he was around the way in Philly. And they killed him. I think they took his chain or tried to rob him for his chain, something like that. These guys go back and get dealt with, and it's very rare they go back to their own hood and get love. You know, MC8, MC8 said, yo, man, when I went back around the way, I used to be strapped up.
Gone.
He said, he said, every time I went, he said, sometimes he had 2 guns on him. He's like, I went around, he said, yo, nobody never really tried me. Nobody never really tried me or nothing like that. But he used to be like, yo, I used to be gripped up when I went back around the way. And dudes knew I was not playing. If you're going to come at me, you have to take me up out of here. Right? So read on.
What verse was we in? Verse 30. But he, passing through the midst of them, went his way.
Right, he escaped. He went through the crowd and escaped. Go ahead.
And came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee, and taught them on the Sabbath days. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for his word was with power.
Right, and they were astonished at his doctrine because his word was with power. So they could see the power on Yahushua. They could see the wisdom, but what happened? They envied him and was mad and upset and jealous because they thought they knew him. How dare you, somebody we know, somebody we grew up with? How are you some son of God now? All right, so go from there to go to Luke 19. Go to St. Luke 19 now. St. Luke 19. This is the parable of the talents, or the minas in the Greek. They call it the parable of the minas. Luke 19 and start at 14. We're not going to read the whole parable, but y'all can read it on your own to get the understanding. This is the parable of the talents. Yahushua, this is also in Matthew. Luke 19, start at 12.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 12. He said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come.
Good.
But his citizens hated him and
So
sent
read
a
read again from 12.
verse 12. He said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come.
So basically, this is a parable. What Yahushua is saying is, once he was crucified and went to the spirit world, the job was given to the disciples, teachers, and prophets and servants to preach and teach the kingdom of heaven back then and in this latter time. All right. So you were given your different talents. Whatever talent you was given, you're supposed to use it for this truth, to get this gospel out, to build this work, and to occupy till Yahushua come. And that's important. Because you're not supposed to be an idle servant. You're supposed to occupy till Yahushua come. You're supposed to be using the gifts, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the gifts of your hands, the spiritual, mental gifts, whatever, to help build this work in this nation till Yahushua return. There's no retirement plan. There's no, sometimes you fall back, you take it a little easy. All right, you balance your schedule out. You got work, you got family, you got responsibilities, you got little health issues going on, so you balance it out, but you never get idle. You never get completely idle. You keep doing the work in some capacity. Yo, I can't make it to camp today. I'm going to do a sit-down video. I'm going to do a lesson. I'm going to do a quick lesson. I'm going to do some current events. I'm going to do some studying. I'm going to put this flyer document together, whatever. I'm going to start preparing for this feast day. You always abounding in the work of the Lord till Yahushua come. Occupy till Yahushua come. Kind?
God.
All right, read on.
But his citizens hated him.
His own people hated him. All right, it says his citizens hated him because the nobleman represents Yahushua. The servants represent, the disciples, teachers, the men of the Lord, the brothers in the last days now. But the citizens hated him, his own people.
All right.
Our own people. They take us for granted. They don't respect us because that familiarity breeds contempt. Right? Read on.
But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him saying, we will not have this man to reign over us.
See that? We will not have this man to reign over us. He's not ruling over us. And that's how people are. Our own people, right? Jump down to 27. Y'all can read the rest on your own. I'm just getting to the main point.
Verse 27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
He says, see that? Bring hither and slay them before me. Hey, and all this for they want to kill Yahushua, right?
Right.
Did we just read where they took him to the hill and was going to throw him over?
Head first, right, Khan.
They was going to throw Yahushua over head first. So Yahushua said, hey, y'all want to kill me? Matter of fact, y'all did kill me. The Jews betrayed Yahushua to the Romans and had him put to death. So rightfully so. And that's what real quick, link that up. Go to what is that? 1 Thessalonians, I believe it is. Check this out. 1 Thessalonians. And we just jumped right to Yahushua. We got the whole Old Testament with the prophets. The people hated the prophets. Maybe we'll get a few examples of that too. They hated the prophets in the Old Testament. I just got right into Yahushua because, of course, he's the main figure, just showing you the different examples of they hated him because they was familiar with him or thought they was familiar with him. Right, 1 Thessalonians 2, start at 14. Check this out. We went right to Yahushua, but it was the prophets and the men before him. Right? They wanted to kill him, and eventually they did betray him to be killed. And eventually many of the disciples was put to death. It tells you the different. I got a video where it shows you. It goes into detail. It goes into detail about how all the disciples were martyred. All right, so read that. 1 Thessalonians 2:14.
First
Matter of fact, start at
Thessalonians.
13. Start at
First
13.
Thessalonians. 13. 13.
Matter of fact, start at 4. 1 Thessalonians 2 and 4.
God. It's the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 4. But as we were allowed of the Most High to be put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak, not as pleasing men, but the Most High, which trieth our hearts.
Yeah, see that? We were put in trust with the gospel, not to please men, but to please the Most High. So we can't really give a damn what our people feel or think. Oh, that's just, they just a Negro like me. Didn't a lot of y'all come out? I always use this example. Didn't a lot of y'all go to jail? Didn't a lot of y'all come from jail and you joined that religion because you came out of jail? Stereotypes, familiarity. So they think you just a Negro like me. Who are you, some self-proclaimed prophet of God? But we don't give a damn if that's how you think. We are called, and we know in our spirit and mind that the Most High showed us that we are to preach this gospel. Give a damn if you Negroes believe or not. Right, go ahead.
For neither at any time used we flattering words, as ye know, nor a cloak of covetousness. The Most High is witness.
Right, meaning we don't have a hidden agenda teaching this gospel. All right, we didn't use flattering words. Right, we're not trying to flatter nobody to be in this truth. We're gonna give you the hardcore, raw truth of what the Most High said. We're not the like the pastors. We're not using a cloak of covetousness, using this word to get paid. And it don't work like that, because when you check it out, when you teach this gospel in sincerity and truth, whether the people support or not, you're gonna do the work. We don't get $500 every time we do a class, $1,000 every time we go to camp. We get $1,500. No, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a cloak of covetousness, meaning whether the people respect us or not, we're going to do this work in sincerity and truth. We don't give a damn if familiarity breeds contempt among y'all. I don't like them Israelites. I've been seeing them for years. They've been out there for years saying the same thing, talking about the white man. They teach hatred. They don't like women. We don't give a damn about none of that, because we know we're teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. So y'all contempt is not going to stop us from sincerely doing the work. Right? Read on.
For neither at any time use we flattering words, as ye know, nor a cloak of covetousness. The Most High is witness.
The Most High is our witness. That's why I always say, what? If it's not the right intention, the Most High going to shut it down, because the Most High knows the heart. He knows the mind. Right? Read on.
Nor of men sought we glory.
Right, we're not really looking for glory amongst men, because the glory going to come in Yahweh Shai anyway. The Most High said, my servant shall deal prudently. He shall be exalted and extolled and be very high. All right, so it's not about vainglory of men, YouTube views, whatever. Yeah, we use the social media and the technology to get this word out on a higher level. Yeah, you might do certain editing and film, and you get those certain moments, because Israel, they love drama and excitement. That might be something that can draw them in. So you utilize it in righteousness, but it's not really all about that. Right, go ahead.
Nor of men sought we glory, neither of you, nor yet of others, when we might have been burdensome as the apostles of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai.
Right, and this is a burden we got to carry, man. All right, so we do this in sincerity and truth, and we carry this burden, and part of the burden is getting contempt from your own people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they think they know you. You just a Negro like me. You ain't no prophet of God. I saw you eating the other day. That's another
Simple.
thing, man. Yeah, they said that about Yahushua. So you're a man of the Lord. You're not supposed to eat. You're not supposed to drink. You're not supposed to do regular human things. That's another thing. People damn near look at us like stars and celebrities, or some kind of robot, or magical heavenly figure. A lot of times people, when they just see you do regular things, they lose respect. Oh, he's just a man just like me. They too simple to understand that you're a human being.
Right.
When I saw the elder, one of the elders, Arya, one of the top elders from One West. He was right under Marshall, Elder Arya. I remember one of the first times I saw him was in a school, right? I think I saw him on videos and stuff, but I saw him in a school. So like, I was happy. I was like, oh, there go the elder brother. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, you know, One West, they used to do the most with the garments back then. They had the big leather fringes, the studs. They used to just do the most. Brother was looking like an elder roy. He was looking like an elder angel up there. Royal. Respect. Oh, that's the brother. Then I got into the school for a couple of months. One day I saw him just walking down the street. He was just walking down the street. And I was like, oh, wow. I was like, oh, there go the elder. You know, I didn't really get starstruck or nothing. It was like happy to see him. But I looked at it as he's a man just walking down the street. I didn't look at it no other way. This man's supposed to be riding over me in a chariot. He's supposed to pull up on me in a Maybach. He's supposed to get out of a limo and somebody roll the red car, because that's the people be thinking sometimes you're supposed to be celebrity status. You're a human being. And what happens a lot of times when people see you're a regular person, they lose respect. I'm like I said, I can do a whole class with just my personal experiences in this truth. They lose respect for you. And I came to find out that Elder Arya found out some years later that he didn't drive. Right? Because when I came back to I was working on the oil table for One West at the time, and I went back and told the brothers, I was like, yo, I saw the elder today. Yo, he walked by my oil table and he gave me £1. And he said, hey, young brother, you all right out here? I was like, oh, man, it was happy to see the elder. But I just said, hey, he was just walking. They was like, well, you saw him. I said he was walking down 86. I was on 86 between 3rd and Lex. If anybody know about, you know, that's a shopping area over there for years. So that's why I used to set up my oil table to sell my oils when I worked for the school. So I went back and told my generals and stuff in the oil department, like, yo, I saw the elder today. I was kind of excited. They was like, yeah. They said, well, you saw him. I said, he was on 86th Street. Walking, he was decked out in his garments. He had a nice long leather on with the fringes coming down. But he was just walking down the street like a regular, because he's a man. Right? So, and I appreciated seeing him like that. I didn't judge him that he wasn't getting out of a damn $500,000 Bentley, or he didn't pull up in a limo with paparazzi around him, or he didn't fly over me in a gold chariot. He was a regular man. And I didn't lose respect for him for that. He's just a regular man walking down the street. I actually like seeing him in a regular mode like that. So the brothers was like, well, you saw him? I said he was walking down 86. And they was like, yeah, they was like, that's Elder Arya. He always walking. They say he's always walking. If he go anywhere, somebody's driving him. And I found out he had like an accident or something with a bike or something. He was like, I'm not driving. I'm not riding a motorcycle. I'm not doing that ever again. So he used to have a Manessa brother that would drive him around when he needed to go places. But a lot of times you would see him, he would be walking, getting out of a cab, getting on the train, getting on the bus, just a regular elder man. You know, and I didn't lose respect for him because of that. Oh, for him to be my elder, he got to be getting out of a 500 series or whatever, 700 series, I don't know. So sometimes people lose respect for you because they see you're a common person, or because you don't have a certain level of status because this Western civilization teaches us that. You got to have a certain level of status. Now, the scriptures do talk about a man of understanding that's not set by, meaning an elder or a man of wisdom that's not taken good care of. But I was able to understand, look, that doesn't make a man, that doesn't make him less of my elder or more of my elder. I liked seeing that he was just walking down the street like a regular man. He didn't have a 20 security guards around him. And you ain't want to mess with that man anyway by himself. The angels will chop your ass in half. But I appreciated seeing my elder as a regular man. I did not judge him. I didn't take away from him. It didn't make him any less of a man to me or an elder. I still had the respect. But when some people get to know you in a common sense, that familiarity breeds contempt. They lose respect or they take you for granted, right? Because they don't see a certain status, because of the Western civilization has trained our people the way to think to a certain level, especially when you're in a position of leadership. So that's something we got to work on, because that's that Western mind frame. That's why Yahweh Shah said, what came ye out to see? A reed shaking with the wind? All right, like, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shah was a common man. He sat down with the publicans and the sinners. He ate and drank. They called him a gluttonous man and a wine bibber. They say he was greedy and he was a drunk. That's what that translates to. A wine bibber, meaning he was drunk and he was a gluttonous man. He was greedy and he was a drunk. Just because Yahweh Shah sat down and ate food and drank wine. You see that? The people get too familiar with you, they start disrespecting you. Because they see you do common things as a man. He drank wine and he ate food. Oh, now he's greedy and he's an alcoholic. Right? So read on. Right? Israel is a trip.
Yeah, verse 7. But we were gentle among you, even as a nurse cherisheth her children.
Jump down to 13.
Verse 13. For this cause also thank we the Most High without ceasing, because when ye received the word of the Most High, which ye heard of us, ye received it not as the word of men, but as it is in truth the word of the Most High, which effectually worketh also in you that believe.
Right, so we got to understand this is the word of the Most High, man. That's how we got to receive this word. So we can't care what our people think, who don't like us. They too familiar with us, so they got contempt. We don't care. We're going to teach and do thus saith the Lord, whether you like and understand it, accept it, believe it or not. Right, go ahead.
For ye, brethren, became followers of the churches of the Most High, which in Judea are in Christ Yahushua. For ye also have suffered like things of your own countrymen, even as they have of the Jews.
Right, you have suffered from your own countrymen. You have suffered like things of your own countrymen, even as they have of the Jews. Go ahead.
Who both killed the Lord Yahushua and their own prophets.
What did the Jews do?
Who both killed the Lord Yahushua and their own prophets.
He said they both killed the Lord Yahushua and their own prophets. So that's why Yahushua said in Luke 19:14, those mine enemies that would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. There's going to be retribution because y'all killed the Yahushua and your own prophets. Right, go ahead.
And have persecuted us. And they please not the Most High and are contrary to all men.
Right, they please not the Most High and they're contrary to all men. See that? So he said your own countrymen and your own people of your nation killed Yahushua and the prophets. So the feeling is going to be mutual. Yahushua said, those my citizens that hated me and would not that I should reign over them, slay them before me. So when he make his second coming, a lot of these Negroes going to die.
Gone.
Because they hate him, they hate the prophets, They don't want to do this work. They don't want to come back to this truth. You know, they hate when we go out there and teach them. Right? Give me the classic real quick. Give me Amos 5 and 10. Get the classic real quick. So yeah, a lot of our people, they're gonna be destroyed.
Right.
You know how you want to throw your house shot off a cliff, man. Head first.
Right.
Wicked, man. Just because they had familiarity and they breeded contempt.
Khan, this is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
And they hate the prophets, man. They hate the prophets. You know why? Because they're familiar with the prophets rebuking their sin and their evil. So it breeds that contempt. Because they know, the prophets are known. They're going to rebuke your sin and your evil and your wickedness. They know in their spirit, whether they rebel or not. But it breeds that contempt. They take us for granted. They start not liking us. They start hate because the word keeps going out. They keep seeing us. We on YouTube. We doing the videos. We on the street corners. We walking down the street with our fringes on. It's nagging them. They seeing us out there teaching. Okay?
Gone.
Go to let's get a couple of more examples of that. We're gonna get back to Yahweh Shai. A couple of more examples with Yahweh Shai. But let's get a few examples with the prophets. Give me Ezekiel 12. Give me Ezekiel 12:21. They get frustrated because that familiarity breeds contempt. I'm tired of seeing these Israelites. But damn right, we're going to be there. By Shema Mashiach Yahushai.
Shema Mashiach Yahushai. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12, verse 21. And the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth?
Right. What is that proverb that we have in the land of Israel amongst our people and even east on the other nations? All right. The days are prolonged and every vision faileth. A lot of times, the more our people see us, they get frustrated because they like, y'all been saying that for years. When is it going to happen? They familiar with what they familiar with this world going to end. This kingdom going to be destroyed. They familiar with that. But when is it going to happen? Right? Go ahead.
Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord God, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel.
Meaning the Most High's words are going to start coming to pass. You're going to see the prophecies accelerate. The prophecy is going to start accelerating. Right? Go ahead.
For I am the Lord. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord, the Most High.
Right. The Lord said, look, it's going to come a time where, and we see that on a small level. Y'all ever look at the camps or whatever, and I mean, not to brag or boast, but this happens a lot with HOI. We'll say something and it'll manifest right there in front of us at the camp.
Gone.
Y'all see how many times that happened?
Gone.
And like I said, I'm not for nothing, but I mainly see that with us. And I watch other camps and stuff sometimes. A lot of times, the other camps, they're just battling back and forth with the person. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to boast. It's just HOI. And spiritual things happen, but I witnessed it time and time again. Me Me and Allah alone, we can tell like 100 stories of just me and him being out there. And we'll say something and it will manifest.
Plenty
so that's
time.
what the Lord is saying. And that's on a lower level. The Most High saying, listen, it's going to come a time where my servant's going to speak and it's going to happen right on the spot. For all you non-believers, for all you familiarity breeds contempt people that take what happened, one of the attributes of familiarity breeding contempt is not appreciating and taking things and people for granted. So they take us for granted. Them guys been saying that forever. The world going, and they've been out there for years. I've been seeing them for 30 years now. They've been saying that same stuff. Oh yeah, I know about the Israelites. Yeah, they teach y'all the world going in and all that. Right, go ahead.
Again, the word of the Most High came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off.
Meaning a lot of our people, they don't think it's going to happen in their lifetime. All right, because they've been hearing it so long, and to them, nothing has happened. Right, come on.
Therefore say unto them, Thus saith the Lord the Most High, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord the Most High.
I'm going to make you a believer. You're not going to take this word for granted anymore. I'm going to make you a believer. Go from there. Go to Ezekiel 33
and 30 now.
Ezekiel 33 and 30. Just getting a few examples in the prophets of how our people, they're familiar with this word, but they take it for granted.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 30.
All right, go ahead.
I was just waiting for them to pull it.
Okay, Con.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord.
Yeah, so they say, yeah, let's go see what these Israelites got to say. Let's see what they talk about. Some of them purposely just come up to the camp and, want to hear what we got to say, what we bringing out. Yeah, let's go listen to the Israelites. Let's go check out what the brothers are saying. Go ahead.
And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee.
Salakia, they come unto thee as the people cometh, meaning what? A lot of times they see a crowd around us, and then that's when they want to come up, right? Go ahead.
And they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
Right, they hear the word, but they will not do it. A lot of our people, they take us for granted on that level. They hear the word, but they will not do it. They've been listening for years. Listening for years, but they will not do anything beyond that. Right, go ahead.
Right. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness.
Yeah, if I had a dime for every person that say, I want to join, I'm coming to the next feast, I'm going to be at the next camp, how do I get myself right, elder? This is what you got to do. And you hear nothing back from that person. Because what? With their mouth, they show love, but their heart go. I know what it is. They still want to be in the world. They still doing worldly stuff and still want to fit into the world. And they know if they cross that threshold of fully coming into the truth, especially if they come amongst the camp, they're going to get checked. They're going to get corrected. They can't do that worldly stuff no more. All right, but they familiar. They very familiar with us. But it breeds contempt. And one of the meanings, it makes them take us for granted. They know the word is here. They see brothers doing the work. They see brothers teaching. They think brothers just gonna be there always for their convenience. So I get myself together another time, man. I know I said I was coming to the Passover, but you know, and they'll reach out to you. Hey, it was a Passover. I need to get myself right. You always hear that. I need to get myself right. What the Passover gonna be this year, Elder? I'm coming. I think that's gonna be a good start for me. No call, no show. That's on you. And I know what it is. You still want to be in the world. You still want to be well. You don't want to change. Right? Come on.
And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not.
Right, they hear the word, but they do them not. Some of them been listening for years, just won't change. Come on. But check this out. Check out what Ezekiel gonna say here. Check this out.
And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them.
Then they're gonna know a prophet have been among them. And we're gonna know. The Most High said, when you see that happening, that's how you know you must serve as prophets and teachers. Con? Yeah, the Most High said, when you see that, that's when you know the Spirit is working with you. Because it's going to happen. That's why I said, lo, it will come, it's going to happen. Because the Most High said it was going to happen. Then shall they know a prophet have been among them. By Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Right? Go there. Give me Matthews 11 and 20. One or two more examples with Yahushua. Matthew 11 and 20.
The book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 20. Then began he to upbraid the cities, wherein most of his mighty works were done, because they repented not.
Right, so Yahushua started upbraiding or rebuking, sternly correcting and rebuking these cities because they wasn't taking heed to his works. Right, come on.
Woe unto thee, Chorazin. Woe unto thee, Bethsaida. For if the mighty works which were done in you had been done in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes.
Right. He said, look, even if I went, because there were certain remnants of heathens dwelling in Tyre and Sidon. So he said, even if I went amongst heathens and they saw the mighty works I did, they would have been convinced. But because you Jews, you think you know somebody, you know what I'm saying? You think you're familiar, so you take it for granted. You don't appreciate it. You don't repent. You don't see the signs, right? You don't accept the signs, right? Come on.
But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than you.
Good.
And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shalt be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day.
Check that out, man. The Most High said, you Israelite cities, you cities where the Jews are, woe unto you. You're going to be destroyed unto hell because you repented not at the signs and the wonders and the teachings of the Messiah. But Sodom, if Sodom would have saw the miracles that Yahushua did, they would have repented. It's going to be more tolerable for them in the day of judgment. That's heavy, man. They took Yahushua for granted. They took him for granted. He said, if Sodom, Tyre, and Zidon saw the great works that I did, they would have repented. But you Negroes that got me here of my own nation, you take me for granted and you won't repent. Right? Read on.
At that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent and hast revealed them unto babes.
See that? And that's another thing. Right? Remember in Matthew 13, it said many prophets and wise men have wanted to see the things that I'm paraphrasing, wanted to see the things that you've seen, have not seen them. Because what Yahushua said, look, man, you didn't choose the wise and prudent men. You chose the babes. You chose those coming out of Nazareth, out of the hood, those that are looked down upon, the lowly, the meek, who the people think they know ain't got nothing, they ain't gonna be nothing, don't come from nowhere. No, you're gonna raise me up to be your son and the top man that ever walked the planet Earth, along with the rest of the disciples and the other men. Right, go ahead.
Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal to him.
Right. So Yahweh said, man, y'all don't even know nothing. You got to be ordained. The Most High got to show you. Y'all think y'all cats think y'all know something. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? Only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father, and to whomsoever it's revealed. So that's why familiarity breeds contempt. It's the more people know you or think they know you. Think they know you. They tend to lose respect, take you for granted, or don't appreciate you. The more they think they know, in some instances. Now, don't get me wrong. People, you could be known for being off as hell. I mean, it is what it is. You know, that familiarity can breed contempt in a righteous way or in a like, no, this person is known for being off. You know what I'm saying? That there's different layers, levels, and dynamics to this thing. But on the surface, it's human behavior a lot of times. The more people know you or think they know you or see your flaws, they tend to lose respect, appreciation, and take you for granted. Right? Go ahead.
Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, and learn of me. For I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls.
See that? Yahweh said, I'm meek and lowly in heart. No pride over here. So that's why when I first came into the truth, you know, when I read about Yahweh and, you know, many other scriptures, I saw the importance of meekness, lowliness, humility. Yahweh said, take of me, I'm meek and lowly. And that's another thing, you know, familiarity can breed contempt because of your character, right? If you're known for being humble or meek, people think you're a pushover. All right, if you're known for being stern and not taking no shit, then people think you're mean and nasty and you don't have any mercy. See that? So familiarity can breed contempt in those aspects also.
God.
Man, I ain't gotta respect the elder. He's humble, he's me, he's laid back. You know, he give you a chance, he's fair, he's long-suffering. I can do what I want, whatever. Then when we gotta have a council or we gotta bark on somebody, that other side comes out. And brother, you off, you proud, you rebellious, you can get the hell out of HOI, shalom. Now I'm the bad guy. Now a documentary got to get made. You know what I'm saying? Because what? That familiarity bred contempt. You thought it was sweet. Nigga, you thought it was sweet. You forgot Elder got that East New York side in him. In righteousness, I will tell your ass where you can go out of HOI. Don't get it twisted. Don't get disrespectful and proud and too comfortable and slick with your damn mouth. Because I'll tell you where you can go. Shalom. I don't give a damn who you take with you and how many videos you make and you murmur and chop rap. Don't think it's sweet. But why make me be like that?
Right.
God, don't make me be the bad guy. But I will switch on your ass in a minute. But that's what happened a lot of times. Israel get comfortable. You down to earth. You laugh with them. You drink wine. You chill. You're a down to earth, hands-on type leader. You got flaws. You don't really even try to hide your flaws. Whatever. It's, you know, I'm me. But Israel get proud and bold because you're not the white man. You're not the boss on a job. You're not a nigga with $1 million. You're not a bold and mighty man or somebody they look up to, so they lose that respect. And then they get too comfortable. They get out of line and got out of order. They don't know what to say out their mouth. They start doing whatever they think they want to do. Oh, the elder, I can just do what I want to do. Then, all right, we got to reel you in. Now, a council is called. You got to be checked. You got to be put in order. Don't think it's sweet. Don't get it twisted. Now we're the bad guys. You know, Terah, Elder Levi, you know, all the brothers, man. We humble brothers. At least we try to be. But that other side, it's there. Don't think it's sweet. But Yahweh Shah said what? I'm lowly and meek. Don't get familiar with that and think that's weakness or a push, or you just don't have to have no respect. You know what I'm saying? Don't get familiar with that gentle side. And then that means you could do what the hell you want to do and ain't got to have no respect. No. Your ass will get, we'll see it. We'll peep it after a while. There'll be mercy extended. Might be a long period of mercy because it's one of the fruits of the spirit is long suffering. But when we get to that point, you going to get corrected, you're going to get shut down, or your ass can get the boot. Now, oh, damn, I ain't even know the elders could get like that. You forced out in.
Mm-hmm.
Make it to where we continue to be the nice guys. Keep that spirit. But if you cross that line, you know where you're going to be. There's plenty of them out there. They talking, murmuring, whatever. They moved on, doing them, whatever. It's all good. But you won't be here with disrespect and comfortability and forgetting who you talking to and thinking it's sweet and, you know, you on the same level and I'm rubbing shoulders. Nah, don't forget. Because I'm smiling with you and having a good time. Don't forget who I am. Don't forget who no brother or sister is. That goes for any brother or sister. Have respect amongst each other as a nation, no matter. This brother is weaker in this field than this brother. Don't show more respect to this brother than this brother. Have the same respect across the board.
So, yeah. Elder.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people say, like, would you rather be fed or respected?
Right.
Because when you get, you know what I mean? Because when you respect it, that could wither away when they come familiar with you.
Right.
But when they fear you, that don't go nowhere. Right. That's why a lot of people say, I'd rather you have you fear me than respect me. Right. But when you fear me, you do respect me.
Right. Because you know what I'm capable of.
Right.
God. Excellent point, man. Excellent point. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Most High wants us to fear him. Because when you fear him, you know what he's capable of, you're going to respect him.
Right.
That's why the Most High said, fear him. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep those lines drawn, and not just with leadership on any level, man. I don't look at a brother or sister and, you know, and you have a flaw or sin or shortcoming. I say it all the time. People have told me some of their worst dark secrets in this truth. They confided in me about. And I did not look at them any differently. I still had that same love and respect for them as a brother or sister. I respected them more because they were open and honest and said, Elder, I messed up. I need counseling. Please pray for me. I'm going to even tell you what happened. And I'm going to admit to it. I'm like, damn, I can't. What I'm going to do with that? I got to have 10 times more love and respect for you. So let's get on that level. You're going to see flaws. You're going to see sin. You're going to see weaknesses. You're going to see shortcomings. Now, should you try to work on stuff? Of course. Don't just sit there and be just, God damn, you ain't even trying to make it better. Or you embrace it, do the best you can, and you say, look, that's not one of my strong points, but I do the best I can. But I concentrate on my stronger points. You know what I'm saying? So people going to sin. All have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. People going to have weaknesses. They're going to have stuff they're ashamed of. In the truth and out of the truth. But we got to still maintain that respect. Don't get to know somebody too much where you lose respect for them. That's not fair. The more you know them, you should have more respect for them. Unless they just way off and out of hand. And then what? You still show them love and respect by helping them correct whatever's wrong with them. They don't want to correct it, then shalom, arms distance, but I'm going to still pray for you and hope you get it right one day. That's how we're supposed to move. Okay?
Con.
All right, read on.
Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
Right, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. It's really not hard to serve Yahweh Shai. But if you serve him, you're going to drink of his cup. That familiarity going to breed contempt amongst you also. Go from there to Ezekiel 3. Go to Ezekiel 3 and 6 real quick to link that up. So Yahweh Shai said, if he would have went to Tyre, Zidon, or Sodom, and they saw the miracles he did, they would have repented. Check out what Ezekiel said. Ezekiel 3.
Con, it's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 6.
Like
Not
I said,
too many.
I went straight to Yahweh Shai, but the prophets, same thing. All right, they was hated too because some of them wouldn't know. They came from lowly, and meek situations or areas in life, and the Most High rose them up to be prophets. The people like, who the hell you think you are? Right, come on, Ezekiel 3 and 1.
3 and 1?
Yeah.
Con.
Start at 1. I think I said 6, but start at 1.
Con. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
Right, the roll represents the scriptures or the scroll. Eat, spiritually eat this roll, study and learn these scriptures and hear what the Most High tell us to teach the people. Good.
So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee.
Good.
Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel.
Good.
Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words
you're not sent to any other nation. You sent to the Israelites.
Right.
Go ahead.
Whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
See that? He said, if I sent you to them, they would have hearkened unto you. A stranger, another nation. If I'd have sent y'all to them, they would have listened. But because I send you to your own, and your own because of they think they're familiar with you, they don't respect you.
Right.
They take you for granted. They don't appreciate you. Good.
But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me.
Right.
For all the house.
The Lord said, don't take it personal. They're not listening to y'all because y'all talking about me.
Right.
Right? They don't want to listen to me. They think they're familiar with me. They take the Most High for granted. Right? Go ahead.
Right. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
Right. They're imputed. They're stubborn and hard-hearted. Go ahead.
Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads.
Right. The Lord said he made our face strong against their faces and our forehead strong against theirs. Meaning what? When you go out to teach, you got to be bold with Israel. You got to be strong. Because what? They already don't respect you because you their own people. You look like them. Familiarity breeds contempt. You're a nigger just like me. Who are you to tell me anything? Like they told Moses, who made you judge between us? So you already got that. Second of all, they worship the damn white man. Third of all, when they see you rebuking Esau and the other nations, they get offended. So they're going to come at you. Y'all been out there. Fights, gun. Over 30 years of teaching this word, I got a story for you. I got a gun story, a knife story, a jump story, a fight story, a being yoked up, sucker punched. I got a story for it all. You know what I'm saying? For this word's sake, because the spirits get heated out there. That's what the Lord said. I made my face hard. And a lot of it is because we're so-called Black, Latino, and Native American men. And the world feel, especially our people, they feel they don't have to respect it. Because the Black man, we familiar with him. The Hispanic man, Native American man, we don't got to respect them. They're nobody. They're from the hood. We racially profile them. They're the lowest of society. We don't have to respect them, even amongst our own people. So the Lord said, your face got to be hard against theirs. Your forehead got to be, your mind got to be hard against theirs. You got to be sharp. You got to be witty. You got to know how to cut whatever they're going to come with. Oh, I know what he's going to say already. Bye. I know where he's coming from. He's a coon. I know where he's coming from. He want to justify wickedness. I know where he's coming from. He feel no man has the right to judge. Bah. Get this scripture, that scripture. So we got to be sharp and ready for them because they're going to come hardcore at us. One of the reasons why, because what? I'm a Negro like you. You ain't ish because I ain't ish. Like he told his son in the 5 Heartbeats. That's how people think. You ain't nobody because I ain't nobody. Familiarity breeds contempt. I ain't got to respect you. And it's your own kind, those that are closest to you. Read the story of David and Absalom. Remember David and Absalom? Absalom plotted 40 years to set his father up. 40 years. I think that's what's that, First Samuel 15? Who know that story is at? With there's so many examples, man. I just started with Yahushua and the prophets, but it's Absalom. 40 years he plotted against David. So a lot of times it's the ones right there close to you. Remember Nas said that? Watch them niggas that be close to you.
Right.
Make sure they do what they supposed to do. Because you know they be thinking about smoking you.
Smoking you. Yep.
Never personal. Nowadays is the ways.
Yep. God.
Right? Remember the other joint Nas he got with Busta. Suicide Bounce. He said, why they smile in my face. Secretly, I know they want my place. It be the ones closest to you.
Right.
It be the ones closest to you. Familiarity breeds contempt. I know him. I'm going to get to know him. I'm going to learn all his flaws, his weaknesses, everything I could use against him or her, and I'm going to overthrow them. I'm going to use all they downfalls against them. I'm not going to pray for them. I'm not going to try to strengthen them in those areas. I'm not going to have a genuine, loving talk with them and say, those are things you can work on. I'm not going, like I said, it takes a hell of a spirit to love somebody through their flaws. That's a whole nother level. But Israel, wicked as hell as a people, we still haven't mastered that. We think we know each other, so we ain't got to respect each other. Go to Matthew 24. Another classic. Get another classic. Matthew 24 and start at 36. So everybody understand, Khan? Oh, everybody can't respond. Everybody can't respond. Put a Khan 777 in the comments. I know. Y'all want to talk about the war and nuclear bombs, but we need classes like this also. Khan?
Khan. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until that day Noah entered into the ark.
Now, the reason why I'm going here, because people, brothers and sisters, this is why a lot of brothers and sisters fall off from the truth, or they go back into the world, or I say they become the everyday Israelite, meaning they know they Israel, but they just go back, they just work, live their life every day. You might see them wear their fringes once in a while. They might come by a camp. You might run into them. They might say shalom. They might say, when is the Passover, elder? I'm going to keep it in the house with my family. But they get a familiarity breeds contempt when it comes to the truth. This becomes redundant to them. Monotonous. That's the word I used earlier. It becomes monotonous to them. It becomes redundant. The truth gets boring after a while. They get familiar with it. They see what it's about. The bright-eyed and the bushy-tailed stage is over. They see flaws. That's another thing. Remember, the familiarity breeds contempt. It has a lot of levels to it. They see flaws in this truth. They see flaws in brothers and sisters in this truth. So what do? Read on.
And knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right. Yahweh Shah said he's going to come like a thief in the night. You can't, no matter what you see, you got to endure. And it's not fair, because some of us brothers, the stuff that we seen, your ass would have ran from the truth. And the stuff you seen, I ain't dealing with Israel no more. What's the popular one? I'm not part of the Israelite community anymore. But you're still part of the nation. You born into the nation. You born an Israelite. You can't get away from that for nothing. So what community you part of now? Esau's community? The world community? What community are you part of?
Right, the world.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This Israelite community. Then what community are you? The individual-like community? You can't really, technically, you can't be an individual-like because you're born into a nation. If you got a family, if you got a wife and children, or you got a husband and children, or you got family, you can't be an individual-like, especially if they're in the truth too. Because you have people in this truth. So we know we use the term, but technically, what community are you part of if you're not part of the Israelite nation? Right, read on.
Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left.
Right. One going to be in the field, and one shall be taken, and the other left. Because everybody not getting beamed up on them chariots. HOI to them chariots fly. Only scream it if you mean it. Everybody not going to fly on them chariots. You're going to be left behind. Didn't Esau make Christian movies about it? The Left Behind series. Watch those movies too. They're interesting. You just see people vanish. And where they get that from the scriptures. They don't really go into the chariot aspect, but you just see people gone. Right? One shall be grinding, one shall be taken, the other left. Right, go ahead.
2 women shall be grinding at the mill. The one shall be taken and the other left.
They're going to be left behind to be destroyed in a nuclear destruction. Go ahead.
Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Right. So you always, like, you protect your home from a thief 24 hours a day. You got an alarm system. You keep your doors and windows locked. You might have that thing, a couple of things or two. All right. You ready at all times. Because you don't know. A burglar ain't going to tell you when he coming. Yeah, a burglar ain't going to tell you when he coming. So the same concept is the same concept with Yahushua. He's coming like a thief in the night. He's not going to tell you. You just got to look for the signs and be always ready. Right? Come on.
Therefore, be ye also ready. For in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh.
Come on.
Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season?
God.
Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Right. When your hour shall return, you better be busy in this truth. You better be busy in this truth. But now, check it out. This is what happened with a lot of brothers and sisters. Good.
Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods.
Right. He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. Right. The Most High said in Revelation, he that overcometh will I give all things. All right. Roughly paraphrasing. Right. Go ahead.
But, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming.
See that? A lot of brothers and sisters, they lose patience. Familiarity with this truth breeds contempt with them. They start losing respect for it. They start not appreciating being in this truth, and they start taking it for granted. Right, read it again.
But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming.
Yeah, man, I want Yahushua to come back. And we still got to go to camp. Still got to do class. I still got to keep the Sabbath and the command. I'm not rich yet. You start having contempt for the truth because you get used to it. You get familiar with it. It gets redundant. It's the same thing over and over again. That's what it be with Israel. Probably damn 95% of the time, it's boredom. The redundant. We just got to have something new. And new can be better, but it's not always better. All right, if it ain't broke, like my man Will said too, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Now, I'm all for new ideas, new things, but if something is working, you leave that. You don't have to change that. You leave that and you build upon it, or you add other things. But don't totally take away something that's working to bring in something else. If it's working, leave it alone. That same formula has worked for 30 years. You leave that alone and you build on that. Or you bring in other things to accommodate that. But you don't do away with something that's working. All right, go ahead.
And shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken.
See that? It said you begin to smite your fellow servants, meaning they start condemning other brothers and sisters that are still actively in the work. And they start going, being into the world and spending their time, giving their time to other things. Because what? Things ain't happening fast enough for you. Or you like, I've been doing this for 10 years. I mean, come on. That familiarity or knowing the truth, being in the truth, getting used to the truth, it starts to breed contempt. You see flaws in the truth. You see flaws in camps. You see flaws in brothers and sisters. So now you want to step away. You're an individualite. Or you go back in the world. Or you become the regular everyday Israelite. I know I'm an Israelite. I just live my life. You're not productive in the vineyard anymore. Right? Go ahead.
The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of.
Come on.
And shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Right. And the most extreme example I can give of that is I've seen brothers and sisters go back in the world and get killed.
God.
Yes, I've seen it. I've seen brothers and sisters leave this truth. They get tired of it. They get weary. They want to go back in the world. It's not happening quick enough for them. Or you know what Israel do to a lot of Israel familiarity breeds contempt. They get used to the truth. They think they know everything about the truth, right? This goes into a lot of that spirituality, that new age stuff, crystals and chakras, and a lot of them say, well, I know the scriptures. I got the scriptures. Now I'm receiving my second awakening. Now I'm going on to another level of spirituality.
On my spiritual journey. Right.
Huh? Yeah, I'm starting my spiritual journey. And they start getting into chakras and burning and the ancestors and candles and them little perfume bottles. I forgot what they call them. They start going to these spiritualist stores and all that, man.
Right.
And I know the scriptures. I know we Israel. I'm familiar with that. But what, they started taking it for granted, and they start moving on to other forms of knowledge that they think, oh, I know all about Israel now. I'm familiar with me being an Israelite. Let me move on. Not I'm Israel, and the Bible is always my foundation, but I'm gonna study a little bit of different type of knowledge. Just but I'm always Israel. I'm always gonna study my scriptures, read my scriptures, learn about the Most High Yahweh Shai. Right? So a lot of that happens. Israel, they be familiarity breeds contempt with this truth. They get comfortable. It gets redundant to them. It's the same thing. They get familiar. They know it. So they start to lose respect for it. They start to point out the flaws in it. They start to take it for granted and not appreciate it. That can even happen when it comes to this truth. Kind? Right? So go to Acts 16:16. Acts 16 and 16.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 16, verse 16.
Read.
And it came to pass, as we went to prayer, a certain damsel possessed with a spirit of divination met us, which brought her masters much gain by soothsaying.
Right. She was a ancient Miss Cleo. All right. Psychic network.
Right.
All right. So ancient Miss Cleo. Remember they brought Miss Cleo to court, and they said she was a fake or something like that. And Miss Cleo said, "Look, the company." She said, "I work for a company." She said they used to make like $10 million a year, but they used to pay me $60,000. I think it was something happened with Miss Cleo, and she was saying how that was all a company she was working for, and she only got paid like $60,000 a year, but the company was making millions off of her fake psychic network. So the same thing back then, they was getting paid off this woman that was supposedly a fortune teller and a psychic. They was getting paid off the people. Just like now, let me read your palm, $35. I see great things in your future. You're going to get married next year and you'll have a great job. And you need to get rid of bad energy around you. And, all right, that'd be $35. Good? Getting paid. All right, good.
The same followed Paul and us and cried, saying, these men are the servants of the Most High God, which show unto us the way of salvation.
See that? She said, these are the men of the Lord. They come to show us the way of salvation. Right? Because when you check out divination and soothsaying, that goes into what? Familiar spirits. So the left-hand side spirits, they familiar. They know who the men of the Lord are. Them left-hand side spirits know. Right, go ahead.
And this did she many days. But Paul, being grieved, turned and said to the spirit, I commanded thee in the name of Hamashiach Yahushai to come out of her, and he came out the same hour.
Right, because she kept going behind them. You know what I'm saying? These are the men of the Lord. They come to show us the way of salvation. That spirit in her knew who they were. And it was like, damn, these guys are going to mess up our money. Because they come and teaching the people about salvation. We over here trying to get paid off of damn soothsaying and divination. But being on the left-hand side, they were familiar with Paul and the righteous spirits. These men are the servants of the Lord, which show unto us the way of salvation. Right? Right, go ahead.
And when her masters saw that the hope of their gains was gone, they caught Paul and Silas and drew them into the marketplace unto the rulers.
Yeah, see that? They saw the hope of their gains was gone. Because he called the spirit out of her. Paul was like, look, man, get that spirit. Now you're not able to soothsay or divinate anymore and get your masters paid. Because Paul called that spirit out of her. But that spirit was like antagonizing Paul and them, like, they came to show us the way of salvation. Basically, they're going to mess up the money. Because people going to see when you turn to the ways of the Most High Yahweh, that psychic stuff is garbage. Right? Read on.
And brought them to the magistrates, saying, these men being Jews do exceedingly trouble our city.
Oh, here they go, man. They coming with that truth, man. They coming with that way of salvation. They're going to mess up the money. They're going to start converting everybody, and everybody not going to be into this psychic network no more. These dudes messing up the money. Right, go ahead.
And teach customs which are not lawful for us to receive, neither to observe, being Romans.
Go ahead.
And the multitude rose up together against them, and the magistrates rent off their clothes and commanded to beat them. And when they had laid many stripes upon them, they cast them into prison, charging the jailer to keep them safely.
That's it on that. I got the main point that I wanted. But see, the familiar spirits knew who Paul and the disciples were. They said, these are the men of the Lord. Right? So the spirits know. They know. They know these are the men of the Lord. It breeded contempt amongst them. They start hating. They was hating Paul them because they said they're going to mess up the money, man. these cats going to start converting the city and mess our psychic network up. Right? So sometimes it's the familiarity breeds contempt when they know who the righteous spirits are. That's why a lot of our people, they don't like to see us because what? You know, I literally seen Israelites over the years, they'll see us teaching and they'll walk the other way because they know we telling them, thus saith the Lord. And a lot of times they doing some kind of wickedness and they don't want to have to face us. Because that familiarity with them knowing who the men of the Lord are, it breeds contempt on that level also. Okay?
Good.
All right, go to I'm gonna get a few more now. Aria, you there?
Yeah, Khan.
Yeah, this is gonna be a part 1. I'm about to do a part 2
Okay.
because there's a lot more. There's a lot more. Let me just get a few more for examples, and then that's it. We'll close out because it's 3 hours already. I want to keep it limited. This could be a part 1. So let's go to Deuteronomy 32 and 15. So real quick, let me show a couple of them videos. A lot of stuff I sent y'all I ain't even show. That's why I got to be a part 2 because I got a lot of articles and other stuff. Put up the familiarity breeds contempt video, the one where it's just like AI talking. There's no image. It's just like the AI talking.
1 minute. I'll be right back, Elder.
God. But we're gonna play the video anyway. Play the video of familiarity breeds contempt with the AI. Well, you know, the one that's just talking, the one where it's not a person talking, is one where it's just talking, the words are across the screen. I'm gonna just get a few videos of it's hundreds, probably thousands of videos on this subject. And it's a very interesting subject because it gives other layers of it. Familiarity doesn't always breed contempt. It can also breed respect. The more you know someone, the more their name speaks for them. So it's layers to this, but I just want to show a couple of quick videos of what this is going into.
What is familiarity breeds contempt? Have you ever noticed how sometimes we take the people or things we see every day for granted? This idea is captured in the saying, familiarity breeds contempt. But what does it really mean? This phrase suggests that when we become too familiar with someone or something, we often lose respect or appreciation for it. This concept has been around for ages and appears in various cultures and stories. The roots of this saying can be traced back to ancient wisdom. One of the earliest references comes from Aesop's fables, particularly in the tale of the fox and the lion. In this story, a fox initially fears a lion. However, as the fox becomes more accustomed to the lion's presence, that fear diminishes. This illustrates how getting too comfortable can lead to a decrease in respect. In today's world, we often see this saying applied to personal relationships. For instance, when two people are in a long-term relationship, they may become so comfortable with each other that they start taking each other for granted. This can lead to boredom or a lack of appreciation for the other person. The workplace is another area where this saying holds true. When colleagues work together for a long time, they might become complacent. They may overlook each other's contributions or fail to show respect for their ideas. This can create a negative atmosphere and affect teamwork. From a cultural perspective, the phrase serves as a reminder to appreciate the people and things around us, even as we grow more familiar with them. It encourages us to maintain respect and appreciation, avoiding the trap of letting familiarity lead to boredom or disdain. Understanding this saying can help us navigate our relationships and interactions more effectively. By being aware of how familiarity can lead to contempt, we can take steps to keep our relationships fresh and respectful. Simple actions like expressing gratitude or trying new activities together can help maintain that spark. So, the next time you find yourself in a familiar situation, remember the saying, familiarity breeds contempt.
All right, that was it.
Yeah, Con.
All right, show the one with the sister with the glasses on. Is a sister with glasses on and she got short hair.
If your booty
These are just, I'm just showing y'all different aspects of how they break down the familiarity breeds contempt. Yeah, play this sister. Hers is good. Check out this one, y'all. She's going to tell a nice, interesting story. Hers is good.
I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. I was at an event, and I'd been asked to do a meet and greet. Now, I had been asked to do several of them, and I agreed because I loved the people that I was working with, and they could almost ask me to do anything. They were wonderful. They were just very, very wonderful people, and the work that they do is amazing. I was at one of these meet and greets, and a woman came up and said, I just need to know how you get the fees that you get, how you make the money that you make. That's what I need to know from you, because I do exactly what you do, and I don't make nowhere close to what you make. And if I had pearls, I'd have clutched them. I could hear one of my mother's favorite phrases in my mind: familiarity breeds contempt. In other words, you get too close and too familiar with someone, you begin to lose respect for who they are and what they do. I also think of it another way, that too close without a proper exchange, without an exchange of stories, of information, of life, of love, it breeds a lack of respect. And everyone deserves respect. Everyone. I met with my friend who doesn't have a house and lives outside. And I got to know her a little bit more and got to know a little bit more about her, but not without first divulging more about me. And one of my friends was like, well, what about it? She had some questions, and I was like, girl, I don't know. And I didn't ask because I did not have the right to ask those kinds of questions without a relationship. Familiarity breeds contempt. I looked at that woman who was asking me about what I make, knowing that she had no idea of what I made. And she said, well, what do you do? What do you do that I'm not doing? Because we do the same thing. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, doctor. And she said, oh, I'm not a doctor. And I said, oh, okay. I said, oh, that time we were working in the prisons and we drove together 5 hours in each direction every week to work with those people incarcerated. She said, I don't volunteer in no prison. I said, I must have met you that time working in juvie hall, and we would go every holiday to be with those kids. She said, I don't work in juvie hall. I said, I know you from somewhere. You look so familiar. It must be that time that you gave up those 10-minute, $100,000 speeches with that big group of people who were really doing some things they should have been doing so that you could volunteer at that shelter for battered women. That must be where we know each other from. And she said, I said, then you don't know anything about me. You don't know what I make. You read somewhere online what you think I make. You don't know. And you don't know what I do for nothing. Listen, in this culture, we say don't talk about politics or religion. When I think we should stop talking so much about sex and money. Familiarity breeds contempt. We should get closer to one another in ways that allow proper exchange of information without asking too much. It's just a natural exchange. We should begin to understand that what you think you know about a person and how they got to where they are is not what it is. One of those reasons that I don't spend too much time in meet and greets and receptions is because I'm holding my heart and holding space for everyone that I'm consulting with, working with. And I don't want the influence of one to take away what the many may need. Sometimes those things get in your head and your heart in a way that is not effective. And the other reason is really simple. If you get too loose and too familiar with folks you need to share with, they don't believe nothing you're saying. I've seen that drunk person at a reception, and it was okay because everybody else was drunk, but you shouldn't be. Familiarity breeds contempt. And for my mother, with a middle school education, but who read every book she ever found, she was so wise, and that wisdom deserved her respect.
Right, that's it on that one. Now notice what the sister was saying. She was breaking it down like, look, I didn't know this woman, but she was trying to get to know me. She was trying to get familiar with me, talking about she want to make the money that I make, but you don't even know the money that I make. Sometimes people want to get familiar with you because they want to breed that contempt. They want to know stuff about you to use for their own purpose, to build themselves up. A lot of times they're using you for information. So they want to get familiar with you, get what they can out of you, and then they're going to use it for their own benefit. And then a lot of times what they'll do, they'll take credit for it, and they'll take you for granted. They want to appreciate you. They'll lose respect for you because what? You let your guard down and you let that person get too familiar with you. Kind? So sometimes you gotta keep that guard up. Kind?
Right.
Go to Sirach 19. I like the way she spun it from that angle. Kind? Salakia. Let me see what I want. Salakia, bear with me. Shucks and ducks. I want, who knows that one in the Apocrypha? The deceitful man has many trains. Bring not every man into thine house. You got to be very careful with.
Salakia. That's Sabbath 11.
Yeah, Sabbath 11. Yeah, let's get 29.
That.
You got to be very careful with who you allow to get familiar with you. That's what she was really going with that. Because people have agendas and that familiarity will turn to contempt. So you got to be careful about who you even let know stuff about you or get to it. Nah, I can't just be letting everybody get familiar with me. I don't give a damn if people want to say, oh, you're deceitful, you got something to hide, you're not transparent. I don't give a damn about none of that. Your ass got an agenda. I'm not letting you know a damn thing.
That's right.
Right? Sirach 11 and 29.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 29. Bring not every man into thine house, for the deceitful man hath many trains.
Right. You can't bring everybody. Everybody can't get familiar with you. Even those you among sometimes. They can't because they got many trains. They got different trains of thought. They got stuff. They got agendas. They're plotting. You got to be circumspect. You got to read the spirits and be very careful. Right? Come on.
Like as a partridge taken and kept in a cage, so is the heart of the proud, and like as a spy watcheth he for thy fall.
They just waiting to learn stuff about you so they can use it against you. and they can watch your fall. People want to see flaws. They want dirt on you. They want to see stuff they can use. Right? Come on.
Mhm.
You
For
can't
he
let everybody
lieth
get
in wait.
familiar.
For he lieth in wait and turneth good into evil.
They lie in wait and they turn good into evil. You try to do something good, all of a sudden it becomes evil. Right? Come on.
And in things worthy praise will lay blame upon thee.
Right. How the hell you going to take something that I was trying to do in the spirit to help my brothers and sisters or the work or the nation or anything to better myself, and you're going to turn it into something evil? So everybody can't get familiar with you. Most people shouldn't get familiar with you. Right? Go ahead.
Of a spark of fire, a heap of coals is kindled, and a sinful man layeth wait for blood.
Listen, man, you can, somebody can hate you so much, man, they want to put you in a position to get you hurt. And the more they know about you, they can use it against you. Right? Come on.
Take heed of a mischievous man, for he worketh wickedness, lest he bring upon thee a perpetual blot.
Yes, and he's trying to find something so he can use it against you and continue to have that dirt on your name. Right? Come on.
Receive a stranger into thine house, and he will disturb thee and turn thee out of thine own.
See that? Don't receive a stranger. Somebody not familiar, they don't need to become too familiar.
Right.
Especially if you get red flags. Khan?
Khan.
Salakia, 1 second. Salakia. Khan Salakia. So see that? You know, so you got to be careful in that aspect also. So the sister, that was a little alternative perspective the sister gave on it, but it was deep. All right. You can't let people get too familiar because it will breed contempt. They already coming with an agenda. They trying to get to know you because they ass is up to something. Show the video with the Levite sister. Now this is from another angle. This is us amongst us as a people, man. You know, we have familiarity, so we think through stereotypes. Check this out. Y'all saw this video before. I think brothers showed it in the class already, but you can take different things and use it for different topics because certain things covers a multitude of, you can look at it from different angles. It covers a multitude of topics. Like a brother said on a comment board, yeah, brothers use the same scriptures, but just from different perspectives. You damn right. What kind of dumb statement is that, man? The word of the Lord is not limited.
Right.
Yeah, you can use a scripture for multiple understandings or multiple instances or references. That's the beauty of that's the ever-living waters. I was like, what kind of statement is that for a man in the truth? Yes, you can see
the gift that
scriptures from
keeps
different
giving.
perspectives. Yes.
Right.
Huh?
I said, this the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah, that's the gift that keeps giving, right? That's the ever-living waters.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Of course you can teach the scriptures. You can teach one scripture many different ways as long as you're not bringing a doctrine or giving some other type of understanding. But yeah, you can teach the scriptures from different perspectives, of course. All right, of course it's good to get different scriptures on a topic, of course. But similar situations and similar scriptures can be used in different aspects. So play that video.
Who? As far as I'm Haitian. Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty black American?
Wait, what?
Huh? Huh? What?
Wait, what you
American?
say?
Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty black American.
You heard that? You just asked me what I said. I did.
Why you said that?
Because that's what y'all are. Dirty black American.
She just said that?
I did. A dirty black American. I sure did. Because that's what y'all are.
Just chill out on that dirty black American comment. That's all.
I'm sorry. You really took offense to that. I apologize.
Anybody would take offense to that.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't.
Why you said that though?
Why you? I'm saying, why would you even fix your lips and say that though? I'm confused.
Because that's just my experience. Like,
Bruh.
it's my experience. So I'm gonna speak on it. But I
It's your
apologize.
It's your experience.
Yeah, so I apologize
What experience you had?
if I offended you.
You accept the apology?
No,
Yeah,
he's
how?
not.
Like that's super disrespectful. Like, yo.
She did say it's dirty black Haitians too, though.
Nah, she wouldn't. I would never fix my lips to say, and I know some dirty black Haitians. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would never fix my lips to
Okay.
say dirty black. I wouldn't generalize. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and now it is, bro. That's that Caribbean.
It's
shit.
not.
And this is why we having the diaspora wars because of dumb shit words. Remember that other Haitian, bro? Remember the other Haitian shit?
Care about nationalities. It's all about the personality to me.
You just said
No. I don't. I'm sorry. I can't do Americans. I need somebody with culture. I'm sorry.
black Americans got culture. Americans got culture.
You rolling.
It must be a Haitian thing for sure. Like, y'all, I don't know what
I
the
mean, it's
issue
not
is.
his thing, and I won't say that y'all don't have culture. Like, y'all have the things that y'all do.
We are the culture. Like,
Okay, y'all have the things that y'all do.
you
Just
know,
like,
we are the culture. That's
just
it.
like, okay, so then Caribbeans are a culture too.
No, y'all have a culture. We are the culture. That's two different things. Like,
It's not.
Okay, here goes the tribalism.
Yeah.
But you see through stereotypes, familiarity breeds contempt with our people through stereotypes. Where'd she get dirty black American from? You know what I'm saying? Now, remember, go to Malachi 2 and 1. We don't want to get tribal here, but remember the stereotypes on Levites,
That's right.
on so-called Haitians. And the other girl was like, I need to date somebody with culture. What culture? And both of them, they look like the typical American. If I saw them walking down the street, I might think they Judah. She had the tight spandex on, the hair, the whole Eve look.
That's right.
You're not in Haiti with a damn dress on and carrying some fruit with some sandals on your feet. You got a pair of Nikes or New Balance on, whatever. You got the tight spec. You got the black American look.
That's right.
But a lot of times the familiarity breeds contempt through stereotypes. Oh, all black Americans are dirty. But didn't they used to say that about Levi? Didn't they used to say that about Haitians? Oh, you a dirty Haitian.
Booty scratching
And I was
hate.
like, hold up. Huh?
A booty scratcher.
Yeah. See that? But I said, hold up. When I start getting a little older and I start meeting Levites, I start going to their crib and stuff. I'm like, nah, their crib is clean. They wash up, they food, whatever they look, you know what I'm saying? But it was a stereotype. And what happened, it breeded contempt because you believe that stereotype. People think, black Americans are dirty, nasty, crackheads. You know what I'm saying? So you think you're familiar with a particular culture, or I would say tribe in this instance, since we're dealing with Israel, because of stereotypes. Malachi 2 and 1.
Khan. It's the book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 1.
Read. Oh, you got to pull it up.
Yeah, they got it. Khan, Malachi 2 and 1. And now, O ye priests, this commandment is for you. If ye will not hear, and if ye will not lay it to heart, to give glory unto my name, saith the Lord of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you, and I will curse your blessings. Yea, I have cursed them already, because ye do not lay it to heart.
So the Most High already let us know he put a curse on Levi, which is the so-called Haitians today. Come on.
Behold, I will corrupt your seed, and spread dung upon your faces.
So we don't want to talk about dirty black American.
Gone.
The Most High said he was going to spread, literally. You got voodoo books and different books on Haiti where it showed them spreading dung on their faces. And a dung on their faces meaning what? The Lord will put stereotypes on Levi that they're dirty Haitians. But like I said, when I started meeting certain Levites around the way and start going to their crib, and I was like, no, what they said about the Haitians, they not like that. Maybe back in their country because of certain curses and everything, but the Lord said he was going to put that stigma on them of being dirty, spreading dung upon their faces. The Lord said he was going to do that to them. Right? Come on.
Even the dung of your solemn feast, and one shall take you away with it.
Good.
And ye shall know that I have sent this commandment unto you, that my covenant might be with Levi, saith the Lord of hosts.
Right, because the covenant was with Levi. They was the lawgivers. All right, go ahead.
My covenant was with him of life and peace, and I gave them to him for the fear wherewith he feared me, and was afraid before my name.
Right, because remember the name lawyer in the Hebrew means joined to me. And then a lawyer in the English is what? Is someone that deals with the law in the court system. Right? It's spelled different, but it's from the same word. Lawyer in the Hebrew, the ancient Paleo, L-A-W-Y-A-H, I believe. And then lawyer, L-A-W-Y-E-R in the English. All right, go ahead.
The law of truth was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and equity, and did turn many away from iniquity.
Come on.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth. For he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts.
Right. The priest was to give the law. They was set up to be the lawgivers. All right. To do the sacrifices and the ceremonies to the Most High. So they had a high position. Levi had a high position. Come on.
But ye are departed out of the way. Ye have caused many to stumble at the law. Ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, saith the Lord of hosts.
Because what? The Most High cursed them. They start going into voodoo and black magic and the Catholic Church. They're heavily into the Catholic Church in Haiti. Right? Y'all see they make movies about it. The Serpent and the Rainbow. Right? The Skeleton Key. Right? So it's not just a stereotype. The Most High actually brought these particular curses on Haiti, the so-called Levites. Some of them over there are literally eating dirt cookies.
Yeah.
You want to talk about dirty black American, but that's what? That's that familiarity breeding contempt because of stereotype. Read on.
Therefore have I also made you contemptible and base before all the people.
See that? Familiarity breeds contempt. The Most High said, I would make Levi contemptible and base amongst the people. So we get into these stereotypes, dirty black American. I mean, I don't co-sign that, of course, being into the truth. I love Judah, I love Levi, I love my nation, but it just shows you these curses on our people. Familiarity breeding contempt through stereotypes. Read on.
Before all the people, according as ye have not kept my ways, but have been partial in the law.
So the reason why such a harsh curse and judgment came upon Levi, because what? They were supposed to uphold the law. The Lord said, y'all supposed to teach the people the law, and y'all fell from that. So I'm going to make y'all contemptible and base amongst the people. Ew, you Haitian?
Right.
Ew, dirty Haitian booty scratcher.
Yep.
Remember that?
I used to get on them dresses.
come with that Black American, but that contempt is there. Why? Because of stereotypes. She bring her ass over here now. Now she could sip a drink, put on some tight spandex and some Nikes. She probably couldn't do that in Haiti. Now she bring her ass over here looking just like Eve. Like I said, if she walking down the street, I might think she Judah. But what? These are the stereotypes amongst our people that breed contempt.
Salakia.
Right.
You see how she dressing? She dressing like a Black American.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I said. If I see her walking down the street, I think she's Eve.
Right. But years ago, like when you said, when you used to get on Haitians, she would have on some open-toe sandals and some corduroys.
God.
You know? And so she learned how to dress through Black Americans.
God. She might have had some open-toe sandals, a Catholic school Sunday dress on with a you know, and it's winter time.
Just terrible.
You know what I'm saying? So don't go there.
Right.
Let's not go there. You learn how you got your swag from being here with Judah.
That's right.
Stop it. But you see how that contempt can come?
God.
But the Most High said, I'm going to make y'all contemptible. I'm going to spread dung upon your faces. Don't talk nothing about being dirty. Don't talk about nobody being dirty. Because the Most High literally said, I'm going to make you contemptible.
Right.
That's the root word in the class, the title of the class, the root word is within that word, contemptible.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's not go there, my little Levite sister there. Stop it. Let's not do that. Good? Right, go to Deuteronomy 32 and 15. I'm gonna just get a couple of more and close out. This could be a part two. This could go to so many angles and levels. Deuteronomy 32:15.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 15. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxen fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook the Most High, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
See that? We start taking the Most High for granted.
Mm-hmm.
We waxed fat, we kicked. See that? That's hip talk, right? We waxed fat, we kicked. You know, kick back, watch this game on this big screen TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm waxing fat, son. Look at me, son. I ain't waiting for nothing, son. Look at me. Right? Go ahead.
They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger.
See that? They got familiar with the Most High and it breeded contempt. Now we're going to serve other gods. Our God, the true and living God of Israel, he's boring to us now. He's boring. We got everything we need. We good. He blessed us. Now we need to try these other gods. Idle and bored and start getting contempt, taken for granted, and not appreciating the Most High and losing respect for the Most High power of Israel. Come on.
They sacrificed unto devils, not to God, the Most High, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not.
What's the key word in that verse? What's the key word in verse 17? Yeah, I wish everybody could answer. It's two. What's the two key words? They similar. I gave it away. New and newly.
Yeah, I want to say that.
Familiarity breeds contempt. They got too used to the Most High. The Most High got boring to them. They needed a new God, new gods, Salakia. New gods that came newly up. And that's Israel for you. Israel will get bored because the wind is blowing. We need to learn to go sit our ass down somewhere. Israel just do stuff just to do it. Don't know what the hell they doing. Just I'm sitting here. I don't know what to do with myself. And that's where that comes from too. Not knowing what to do with yourself. When you in this truth and you serving them, I don't know, but I always could think of something to do in this truth in my personal life, some business to take care of it. You really ain't got no idle time in this kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You can always think of something in the spirit to do, not something because you're bored and you just want something. But that's our people. They want something new, familiar. They get too used to it. They get to know something. They get too used to it. They get bored. They find flaws in it. They take it for granted. They don't appreciate it. Familiarity breeds contempt. Read on.
Of the rock that begat thee, thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten the Most High that formed thee.
Forgot about the Most High. Taking the Most High for granted. Not appreciating him. No respect for him. Right, go ahead.
And when the Lord, the Most High, saw it, he abhorred them because of the provoking of his sons and his daughters.
Go ahead.
And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith.
Right, see that? The Most High said, I'm going to turn on y'all now. I'm going to see what's going to happen to y'all. I'm going to take my righteous hedge of protection from around y'all. Right, go ahead.
They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not the Most High. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
There you go. And that's Esau and the other nations. That's not the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom being provoked to jealousy by the northern kingdom. I don't see that. All right, that's talking about you wanted to serve the gods of the other nations, so I'm going to turn to them and make them my people and show you how it feels. Okay?
God.
That I don't see that the northern and southern kingdom. That don't make sense to me. But keep it humble to those that see it that way. Knock yourself out. All right. Let me see. Real quick. Familiarity breeds contempt in relationships. Let's get that real quick. Just 2 verses on that. That can be a topic within itself. Let's go to Sirach 9:1, Ecclesiasticus 9:1, because it mentioned about relationships, right? Marriages. Husbands getting tired of wives. Wives getting tired of husbands. All right, but check this out. Remember, even though it's from a worldly standpoint, one of the vows of marriage that they say, through sickness and health, through richer for poor, for better for worse, those are to death do your part, even though those are biblical standards. You know, but they say that even in worldly vows, because what? Marriage is supposed to be treated as a union that's supposed to survive through thick and thin. You don't just get tired of your husband. You don't just get tired of your wife. Now, if your wife or husband is off as hell, they commit adultery, they doing stuff that's off, they got bad habits that's just not getting any better, it's getting worse, it's affecting the house, so that's different. That's totally different. And you got common sense. But you don't just board your way out of your marriage. or the grass is greener on the other side. Like, like my man Bun B kept it real. He said, you might see somebody that look better than your spouse. Most people ain't gonna say that. Baby, you the best looking woman I ever seen. Hubby, you the best looking man I ever seen. But Bun B kept it real. He said, you're gonna see somebody that looks better than your spouse. And in your mind, you know they do. From a carnal, worldly aspect, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, you got to have that love and that loyalty to the person that you're with. But he's like, you're going to see beautiful people all the time. He kept it a G. A lot of people, they ain't going to say it like that. He's like, I can see a woman that looks better than my wife. But that don't mean I got to go after her. And I got to be content with my wife, with the wife that God gave me. Or wives if you're into polygyny. But what the brother said is real. He was keeping it all the way G. He said, I'm down in Houston, Texas. A fine sister could walk by me with that Houston, you know what. Everything is bigger in Texas. But he's like, that don't mean I have to go out. I have to appreciate the woman that I'm with and love her. And same thing, men, you know, you might see a man, he buff, he tall, what they say, tall, dark, and handsome. Buff, you know, he got his ish together. He driving a foreign. You know, damn, he look better than my husband. Most people ain't gonna admit that, like Bun B said. You know what I'm saying? But
better not admit it.
They better not admit it. If they know it's good for them. No, baby, I only got eyes for you. You damn liar. Nah. Nah, no folly. I got a theory. Certain behavior is universal human behavior, and I'm gonna leave that right there. Sirach 9:1.
Con, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 1. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself.
See that? So you, as a man, you have to conduct yourself as a man and a husband with your wife, and don't be jealous over her, and don't teach her an evil lesson against you. So my point being, don't give your spouse familiarity in something off where it's going to breed contempt, where they'll be justified in the way they feel. Because you have done things to breed contempt with them. But just because you've been with somebody, or you bored, or you just, their flaws, nah, that's not what marriage is about. You don't leave nobody over that. You know what I'm saying? That's why it said, I like the different angles and the aspects, because it's not just one aspect to this saying. They would say it can be a relationship, it can be a manager on a job, it can be an organization you in, like the Truth. Even though it's a nation, but you know, it can be called the organization. You can't let your familiarity and the flaws of it or everyday things cause you to get bored or unappreciative or take it for granted or start to despise it just because you hate it because you're familiar with it. You're like overused to it. But like Sirach is saying here, don't give your spouse, and this is for women too, towards men, don't give your spouse a reason to have contempt against you because you have done things that you keep doing over and over. It's familiar things that are off. So you can cause someone, and not just with relationships, I'm just using that as an example, any type of relationship. If you keep failing as a leader, people are not going to respect your leadership. If you own a company and your profits is all over the place, you're not turning a profit, the company ain't getting better, you ain't, you know, people stealing from the company, they're getting fired back and forth. Damn, you got to get this company in order. So don't give people reasons to become familiar with things that you're doing that are off for them to have contempt against you. And that's in relationships. But a husband or a wife just saying, I'm just used to this nigga. This nigga will get on my nerves. Like that movie on Poetic Justice. When he get back, I'm quitting his ass.
God.
I'm quitting his time. You know,
Yeah, but he was causing that problem though. Yeah, it was his fault.
Yeah, Joe Torre was off.
Yeah.
But I'm just using a saying. Because sometimes women, they say that without no cause. The man ain't doing. I'm just tired of his. But in that instance, yeah, in the movie, he was off. Oh man, don't follow me. But and men do that, man. I'm tired. Like school days. I'm squashing her. She's just too much fun. And then set the man up to sleep with Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying? Don't do your spouse like that. If you make, that's why courting, talking, proving a friend, that's very important. Because hopefully you can see things along the way and say, can I deal with this or can I not? Or can this change? Can we help change this? Can we make this better? Can we get in a position? Or can I still love this person through that? Some people, they just got their flaws. They just got areas they're not the greatest in. And that takes a whole nother level. I can love you through that. But, you know, just because they was talking about relationships, but don't cause that contempt. You know what I'm saying? That's my point. Sirach, 1 Corinthians 7 and 20. Don't be like Joe Torre and cause her to say, I'm quitting his ass. 1 Corinthians 7:27. No fire. 1 Corinthians 7:27.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 27. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife.
So Paul, back during this time, there was trouble going on in the city of Corinth and the Corinthian church. And Paul was basically giving advice saying, if you bound to a wife, hold on to your wife, endure. And we can apply that to this same day and age now. We're living in the last days. Things are getting rough. It's spirits, man. A lot of stuff rising up. A lot of people having problems and issues staying married. It's not easy. You got to put in work and endure and really you got to really just not let Satan come in. You know what I'm saying? But Paul said, if you bound to a wife or a husband, don't seek to be loose. Stick it out, tough it out, endure. Right? Come on. Oh, he said, art thou loose from a wife, seek not a wife or a husband. Meaning, if you're not married, try to stick it out till Yahweh shall come, because that'll give you more time to focus on the Most High and serve Him. Marriage can be it can take a lot out of you, and you got to put work into it. So Paul was just giving advice. He wasn't saying you're not supposed to marry, you shouldn't marry. But he was like, if you can stay single until Yahweh shall return, because of the state that the world is in, and it's just a lot of it's hard maintaining a marriage, physically, spiritually, mentally, everything, then hey, stay single till Yahweh shall come. But that's not, he was not saying you got to be single. Because when you read up, he said it's better to marry than to burn.
Well, he's saying seek not a wife. Like if you don't have one, you ain't got to seek one. But if the Lord send you one.
Right,
You know
exactly. Excellent. The water for that add-on. Yeah, if you ain't got to seek one, But if the Lord send you one, it's all good.
God.
Right? So Paul was not saying don't get a wife. He was just giving advice. Like, you know, don't seek it out. Stay by yourself. Focus on the Most High. And when you check it out, the more you focus on the Most High and get your spirit and mind right, you'll be better prepared for a wife or a husband. Okay?
God.
Because you got your spirit right. So he was also saying in that aspect, focus on the Most High. If it happen, it happen. It don't, it don't. All right, read on.
Verse 28. But, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned.
Right. So
And
Paul was like, Paul would say, I'm not telling you not to marry. You're not sinning if you marry. Right, good.
And if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you.
Right. It says such, you're going to have trouble in the flesh because marriage, and especially in a jacked up kingdom, marriage in a messed up kingdom and you not empowered, it's hard. But it's even hard for the people in power. Look at all these celebrities and famous. They be getting divorced left and right too, man. It's like, you know, it's hard in this world, period, because we live in a demonic, unstructured world. So Paul was like, it's hard. It's not easy being married and maintaining a marriage, but it's not a sin if you do it. But he said, if you choose to marry, you're going to have trouble in the flesh. You're going to have problems in your marriage.
Okay.
And that's not for you to get contempt and just bail out. He said, if you bound, don't seek to be loose. Tough it out. Stay, because actually you and your spouse could work together in this trying time and be a stronghold for each other. Paul was talking from that aspect also. So if you're married, don't seek to be loose, you know, work it out, tough it out as much as you can. You know, if something happened or the Most High, you know, whatever, it can be any situation. The Most High can show, no, this is not of me. I got some kind of way I'm going to end this. I don't know how that would be, but if it ain't nothing on that level, then, you know, you tough it out. You know what I'm saying? You endure it to the end. Because you and that spouse can be can actually be a stronghold for each other in the day of trouble. When things get bad or whatever, you got each other to, you know, turn to. Okay?
God.
All right. So, just get one more. We'll, probably come back and do a part 2. Get Proverbs 22:1. Yeah, it's tons more, but Proverbs 22:1.
Come on, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold.
Right. So familiarity can also breed respect, because what? You got a good name. People know you for being an upright person. So sometimes it's good that people are familiar with you because they can vouch for you. They can speak on your behalf. Nah, this dude is solid. This sister is solid. They're real. They keep their word. I dealt with them for many years. They on point. They always been the same. They get things done. So familiarity in that sense can breed respect because you're known, you're familiar. The people are familiar with you and your character speaks for itself.
God.
Your name is known. So familiarity can also breed respect. And I mean, it's so much more, but yes, 3 hours and change. Yeah, this can be a part 2 because there's much more. Like I said, read the story of David and Absalom. Absalom plotted on his own father for 40 years. 40 years. And a lot of times it's the people closest to you. is the ones that are the most familiar with you that will turn on you. They'll lose respect for you. They'll see your flaws and use that against you, or lose respect for you because you have flaws. When the scriptures say a just man falleth 7 times, scriptures say all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. You know, and they'll take you for granted or won't appreciate you because they're too familiar, or so they think. And a lot of times people, like I said, they think they know you. You could be going through a period. Because I've seen that there's people I've even seen like, nah, that's not him. He went, yeah, man, I was going through something at the time. I was slipping. I wasn't moving like I was supposed to. I wasn't as strong as I was. That ain't me. But people will meet them on that level and think they know them. But you like, nah, that's not the real them. They was going through something for that period. You met them at a period where they wasn't themselves. They wasn't at their full strength. Now you think that's that person, but nah, you gotta know that person. You gotta know that real person. You just see things about them. They going through something, or they going through a period, or you slipping. Get it together. You slacking, man. Get it together. You ain't being who we know you could be. But people they'll get to know that part of you and think that's who you are, and that'll breed contempt. When it's like, nah, that person was just going through something at that time. You better check their resume.
Right. God.
Right. Don't judge them on that year or two that you think you know them, that you think you familiar with them. Nah, I've been around them 20 years. You don't know the real. You better check their resume. You don't know the real person. You think you know who you met now, but they going through something. Let them get back on point. You're gonna see what they're really made of.
God.
All right. Familiarity breeds contempt, but familiarity can also breed respect. The more people know you or think they know you, they can lose respect. Or the more people know you or think they know you, you can be honored and get that respect because your name speaks for itself. By Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Yeah, Ariel, put part 1. If y'all can change the time, put part 1 on this. I want to do a part 2. I say that about a lot of lessons, but
Okay, God.
because it's more. I didn't even get to show all the articles and the videos. Just save those. All right. So familiarity breeds contempt by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Just some examples of scripture. All right. So let's switch over to Zoom for the meeting. That concludes the class. All praise to the Most High Mashiach Yahushua. Hope y'all was edified. If you learned one thing, I've done my job. If you relearned something, I've done my job. If you heard something over that you already knew, I've done my job. By Shema Mashiach Yahushua.
Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Great lesson.
Kind. Kwame Ashala, we still got next. Hallelujah. HOI to them chariots fly, only screaming if you mean it. Priest Zabach, Gabar Ash reading for me. HOI to them chariots fly. Hallelujah. We still got next. Bring it out. Shalom.
Shalom.
Come.
Come. So we going over.
House of Israel.